Hello, Blizzard fans! This is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between EobardThawne and Railgan on Terraform, the latter edition. Yes, these two players have played before on my channel, but that was on Bridgehead, so this is game 2, as far as I'm concerned. If you haven't watched the first game between the two players, I'll post a link right up here in the cards. Go back and watch it because it was a really amazing game. And I don't want to spoil it. Okay, in the top left of Terraform, the latter edition, we have the red Terran player. It is EobardThawne, which I have been informed is the protagonist of Flash in the comic book series. I admit to having not read much Flash. I also haven't watched the TV show Flash. I know I should. It's great. Everyone says it's amazing, but man, my media queue is just so long. I have games I need to play. I have TV shows I need to watch. I have movies I need to watch. I have StarCraft I need to cast. There are so many demands placed upon me in 2015. There's just way too much good stuff out there. Please slow down with the content creation of amazing things. In the bottom right of Terraform, the latter edition, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Railgan. Alright, so as EVT, this is Legacy of the Void on the latest patch. Actually, by the time this posts, there might be another patch out, so I apologize if there are some things different from what you expect. But this is the patch where injects are automatic and there are no mules. So if that helps you figure out what's going on, I am glad that that clarifies that for you. See, look, Orbital Command can do Orbital Command, unlocking scanner, sweep, and call down extra supplies. And that's it. Cannot load SCVs. So no mules at all for the Terran player, which is something that Blizzard has expressed a bit of a concern for. They're saying Terran doesn't have as many minerals in the early game as they expect. They usually do, and so some Terrans have complained about that. They're planning possibly on changing that. If that's changed by now, again, good for you. This is a little bit old. I apologize, but that is something that was looked at for sure. As this is a beta, they're definitely choosing to tweak things. So, Zerg player is definitely getting up a spawning pool, going ahead and getting an extractor as well. That hatchery is on the way, and this is a fairly early command center. I guess it's a barrack expand with a Reaper. So Reaper expand here under the 2-minute mark. Legacy of the Void moves so fast. There's the orbital command. We're going to use it for scans and for supply calldowns. There we go. So that supply calldown does give you an additional, what is it? Yeah, permanently increasing the supply output of the target supply depot by 8. So definitely a nice boost there. For energy, basically you get supply. So you don't have to waste an SCV spending time to build a supply depot. You don't have to spend the resources on it. It's just straight energy. So super great. That is a pretty good spell that wasn't used a whole lot in Heart of the Swarm or Wings of Liberty just because Mule was better. It's not that call down supply was terrible, it was just that there was something better to use your energy on. Scans are more useful too, but here comes the Reaper. There are a bunch of Lings out. I think they are 8. KD8 charge on the ramp, but no, Railgun dodges it quite expertly. They are slow Lings though, about halfway through the speed, and they chase him off the edge there. The Reaper does manage to get down. The Queen injects and then gets a couple shots off on the Reaper. I think maybe without the inject. Another KD8 charge goes down though. The Reaper might get caught. No, just barely manages to get out of there. And now it's going to be very annoying until that speed finishes. Going to use the combat drugs to regenerate that health that so desperately needs to be an effective little Reaper. And here come the Lings from Railgun responding to exactly where the Reaper is going to be. KD8 charge dodged again. A nice dodge there by Railgun. Pushing out onto the creep though is Eobard. Interestingly enough, where's the Queen here? Oh, maybe he recognizes there's not a Queen. I think he would have died if there's a Queen. So it says, okay, hasta la vista. Thank you so much for the scouting information. I'm going to pop on out of here and head on back home. Sees no Roach Warren, sees the workers pulled off gas. So what that tells him is there's a third base coming up. These Lings are going to be used for speed, and that's going to be it for defense for a while. So a third command center coming up for Eobard right now. He says, I can hold this. No problem. With what? What's he going to hold it with? A couple aliens, 2 Marines, barracks, factory coming up. Is this going to be a mech play? These are 2 factories, 1 barracks, and double gas coming up here as well. Are we going to put 3 workers on this gas? Ready, set. 1 worker anyway. Okay, so maybe not 3, and that's okay. And the Lings saying, you're going to take a quick third. We are going to kill it. We're going to kill this worker. Here come the Speedlings, though, trying to get a surround on all of these Hellions. And are they going to get 1? No, I don't think so. Nope, the flames are too strong. All the Lings die. That Ling dies, too. I did think we lost an SCV, possibly 1 or 2 SCVs in that attack. This guy pops out and says, what? I'm just going to work here. Don't mind the dead body of my companion lying right here. I'm going to mine these minerals, and here comes the Great Wall of Supply Depots. You need these because these Lings are going to come and try to kill you. Maybe not, though. I mean, perhaps Railgun doesn't want to invest too much in a Ling attack because if you don't kill the Terran player, you're so behind if you use that much larva on Speedlings. So I think it's actually kind of smart to hold back, get upgrades, get that +1 melee attack, Spread this creep. Do we have 3 creep queens? We do. We have 3 creep queens for Railgan. That is insane. I love it. So third base is up. Here comes a small push with some Hellions here. 6 total Hellions. Yes, indeed there are. The queens are probably going to have to deal with it, but the queens are out of position. Oh no, here they come right on into the natural. Nothing to defend this but a single queen. There is a Baneling nest coming up, but man, all these drones are dying so quickly. Small Ling attack over here as well. Does manage to lock down that third base, but the Hellions are doing everything they can. The drone's trying to hold off the Hellions getting into the main base, but no! They sneak on into the main here as well. The lair is being built, but the Hellions don't care about that. They just want to kill... Oh, drones. The drones, they're stacking up. Drones! Oh! The drone massacre. These aren't even blue flame Hellions, ladies and gentlemen. These are regular type Hellions. All of them, but 2 are dead, I think. Can we get one more kill? Yeah, the queens managed to kill the rest of them, but... I feel like that was probably a fair trade as far as Eobard is concerned. 26 drones died, but... No, wait, just kidding, that's total. 30 drones died, rather. And 6 Hellions. That's probably a fair trade, I'd have to say. This guy's burning, but not dead yet. He's still burning, and he's on the ground. Probably want to produce an SCV and try to save this, but here comes some Lings. Oh, there's a tank. Tank set up in siege mode, and the Lings say, you know what? We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. I believe they do get one shot by the tanks here if they don't have any armor upgrades. So 35 health, and the siege tank does 35 damage. So yeah, one shot plus the splash damage. These Lings want nothing to do with these siege tanks. Terran player is working on another command center. Whoa! Eobard is playing this super greedy right now. More tanks. Are we going mech another factory? Yes! We are going meching Legacy of the Void against the Zerg player in this game. So very interesting. I'm not sure if I've seen this in a game that I've cast on my channel yet. Legacy of the Void, meching Terran versus Zerg. Should be good to see. We know that Mecha is really good in Heart of the Swarm, but Legacy of the Void, perhaps there are some more answers from the Zerg player in the form of Lurkers. Lurkers can be really good with their extra damage to Armored, which is what most of Mech is. A couple of Lings here trying to deny a 4th base, but the Hellions come in and clean those guys out. The Lings are forced to run for their lives. Once more drones being made. Railgan desperately trying to catch back up. It's 62 to 46 Harvesters in favor of the Terran player. Barrack's going to scout things out. Going to check this lane, going to check this lane, just in case any Lings try to come along there. Hellion check for a 4th base, and there is not. Railgan is falling further and further behind in the economy. That initial Hellion hit was just incredibly damaging. I don't think we even have a macro hatch for the Zerg player right now. We absolutely do not. More Hellions get in here, roasting more and more Lings. All of the Hellions end up dead. But that's 32 drones dead there. Did I say Lings? Lings and drones, I guess, were being attacked. And there's that 4th base being planted by Eobard, playing this just incredibly well. I mean, I don't know. How do you punish this as a Zerg player? I guess you go fast Muta, because there's really nothing that can take down Mutas except a single missile turret there, 1 turret there, but everything else is on the ground. Do we even have a Spire? We do. We have a Spire, but we're getting, what was that, centrifugal hooks? Yeah, centrifugal hooks for the Banelings to make them faster. Banelings against tanks isn't necessarily a great choice, but I don't know. We'll have to see. So again, a lot of Zergs have complained that the amount of larvae they get with the auto-injects is just too low to really keep up to what they're used to be. And so one thing, there we go, there's the inject, that Blizzard's planning on doing is increasing the amount of larvae that you get from an automatic inject from that queen. So that could be nice to see, because right now I just feel like the production is just too low for Railgan to keep up with how much money he's getting. Look at this. Railgan is a good player. He's like a Masters GM level player, and for him to be floating this much money at this stage in the game, I think is just a testament to the fact that he's not getting as much larva as he wants. So here comes some Hellions swooping on in, but I did see some Mutas. Indeed there are. How many are there on the field? 6. Should be enough to shoo away these Hellions before they can kill any more stuff. I might even wall this off entirely, to be honest, if I were Railgan, but here come the Hellions. These are blue flame Hellions on the way, trying to kill more and more workers. A few more drones. Wow, a lot of drones get roasted down there. 37 total workers have died now. And here come the Mutalisks. They have revealed themselves to the Terran player immediately. More missile turrets are trying to be constructed, but actually SCVs got in the way. Did they cancel those constructions? You know what? I think they did. I think they were planning on making more turrets here, but somehow the AI messed up. Other SCVs got in the way of that construction, and they just gave up. Look at this one, too. There we go. Finally gets that one. The Mutas try to fly in, but there is a Thor. There are 2 missile turrets, 1 more on the way. That's probably enough to handle this number of Mutas. Wow, that Thor splash did a lot to those guys. They are using their regeneration ability, the tissue regeneration. to regenerate that health when they're out of combat much faster than anything else in the game that's not being healed up actively. So mutas can be pretty good for harassment. Get in there, take some damage, come back out, and regenerate. Infestation Pit just pops on up. Probably going to get a lair here. We have enough money for it, that's for sure. Railgun is down 83 to 70 harvesters. Not as bad as you would expect. I mean, considering how many workers he's lost at this point in the game at the 9-minute and 50-second mark. A couple Vikings come in. I don't know if the Vikings are a great choice against mutas, but look at this mutaflock. This is a big, big mutaflock. Defending here are 3 missile turrets, 4 missile turrets total. I feel like the mutas can handle this. The Thors are a bit out of position. The muta's going to swoop in from the south side, come right on in, dodge these ones entirely, and yeah, going to take down these refineries. The gas is really important to the Terran player, especially because they are meching. One refinery goes right on down, and the second refinery goes down using some balling up tactics here from the mutas. Mutas sniping and going to fly away. They are faster than Vikings. They can't escape. That was very nice, denying that refinery or that gas income to Eobard for as long as this is going to be. Could be a nice pickup here for Railgun. Is he going to actually swing back into this game? He's actually at 161 to 159 supply compared to the Terran player, but again, more cost efficient than Zerg are the meching units. That's really what they're all about, is cost efficiency. Creep spread looking really good right now, coming along the middle lane, the top lane, the bottom lane. Not super north and not super south, but that's okay. The muta's just trying to find a spot where they can go in, but there are Thors seemingly everywhere right now. The Thor count is getting pretty high. Did we just go Swarm Host? We just went Swarm Host. Railgun! Nobody likes Swarm Host in Legacy of the Void. What are you doing? He's like, you know what? You go Swarm Host against Mech in Heart of the Swarm, at least before they got nerfed into the ground. I'm going to try it again, and we'll see what happens. Look at this missile turret count, though. This is crazy for Eobard. So missile turret count plus planetary fortress basically means to get in here, you have to have ultras or a lot of roaches. And this tank here is also very good at dissuading ground attacks from coming in. Yeah, mutas are not really the answer right now. Can't not deny that at all with just plain mutalisk. The turret count is just way, way too high. Excellent creep spread continuing for our Zerg player. And getting that hive, there it is. The hive popping up right now. Getting Carapace level 2. Getting Burrow. And what else are we going to do here? We're going to get Ultras. Are we going to get a Greater Spire? That would be interesting against this mech. But again, their Viking count is pretty high. Are we? Oh. Where are they? Okay, so that was a Swarm Host attack. That actually did quite a bit of damage. How many SCVs have died? 14 total have died. Took down a missile turret or 2. Here they are. So you can use them to actually hop over this wall. I had not considered that. That might be an effective use for these guys after all. A few Hellions try to come on in. They're going to get picked up by this creep, though. The response is going to be pretty fast, I have to imagine, from Railgun. Yep. The mutas come right on in. Snipe down one Hellion. Are we going to get another one? No, not quite. They get right on in, back into this third base. And what is this? Oh, another Hellion attack. Oh, trying to split up the mutaflock to try to defend this. And yes, we do manage to defend it, but look at the charred bodies of those drones. 41 drones have died in this game. It is 62 to 78. And here come the Swarm Hosts. They do fly, so they take a lot of damage from those missile turrets before they land. And here comes another bunch of Swarm Hosts trying to focus down something, trying to get that planetary fortress. So this harassment with the Swarm Host might be more effective than I thought. I mean, actually, there's the Greater Spire, there's the Ground Carapace, there's the ground melee attack as well. So that's good for these. Actually, Locusts are considered ground, right? They can fly, but I think they still get the ground upgrades. That would make sense. Hatchery here at the gold expansion as well, and we're moving out. The Terran player says, enough of this harassment from both sides. We are pushing out with the Vikings. Huge Viking count. Holy cow. The mutas are trying to deal with it. They're getting a lot of splash damage down. Oh, and the Lings coming to the backside. They're trying to focus down these Thors. Here come the Swarm Hosts as well. Every single Thor ends up dead. There is a battle cruiser, but the number of Vikings is all that's left to really defend against these mutas. Good split on the Vikings, making sure the mutas can't really get that bouncing glaive attack to kill all of them. It's going to be very close, but no, the mutas are forced to retreat. There's a battle cruiser here because why on earth not? And a lot of tanks. One more Thor coming along the way. Battle cruisers all over the place, though. They do have +1/+1, which is pretty good. And the Swarm Hosts are all that is left right now. Ultras are here too. I like this. Ultras against tanks can be pretty good considering how the upgrades are. +3 upgrades, though, on this Crucio shot cannon. 44 damage, 34 damage to armored. Is that what that is? Yep, 34 damage to armored. Oh, and not in siege mode. It just changed there. Where's a tank that's all sieged up? Come on. Siege tank. There's one. 65 damage to armored. Yikes. Huge attack there. Here come the Swarm Hosts. They're flying and they get killed by everything in the air because why not? What on earth was that? Here come the Ultras. They're trying to get in, but the battle cruisers providing a lot of anti-ground measures. They can attack ground from the air. The Ultras can't really handle that. In production, just getting upgrades right now is Railgan. He's floating a ton of money. He is maxed out. So if he loses his army, he can remax in something. Remax in Mutalisks might be a good idea here if he can pull that off. He does have some Vipers. He could use Parasitic Bomb here on the Vikings. That deals 90 damage over 7 seconds to the target and enemy air units nearby. So that could be pretty good since Vikings do clump up, and the battlecruisers as well are very clumpable. The number of Thors is getting pretty big once more. Thor count is up to 5 total Thors. Here come the Swarm Hosts, but again, flying through the air, they just take so much damage. Here comes some Corruptors trying to kill some stuff, but they immediately end up dead as well. Blinding Cloud goes down. Here come the Ultras. Here come some Queens. The Vipers throw down Parasitic Bomb on all those air units. The Vikings are gonna die. I think the Swarm Hosts are just basically getting fire from elves, directing fire from other stuff here. Another Muta ends up dead. The Vikings are very low on health. That Parasitic Bomb did a lot of damage, but it wasn't enough to actually kill that full Viking army. The battle cruisers are operational. They are killing everything that they can find. It's just a matter of they're very slow right now. Another base being taken by Eobard. This is not looking good for Railgan at all. What's he making? Hydralisks. Alright, so Hydras against this air-heavy composition, pretty good. There are some tanks, though. These tanks will one-shot those Hydras, absolutely no problem. And the Hydras don't have any attack upgrades at all. They do have the armor upgrade, which is nice. What does that give them? 3 total armor. Here comes another Swarm Host attack. And again, they just, while they're in the air, they're so vulnerable, but they do land. And here come the Hydras, trying to do some damage while everybody's worrying about those Swarm Hosts. Another Ultra ends up dead. Ultra comes in from the right side, trying to take down these Hellbats. Actually, it's pretty alive. Does manage to get a tank as well, but the tank line is too big. The Hydras need to back on out. The Swarm Hosts, again, are maybe going to try to go in for another attack, but no. The Swarm Hosts do back on out. This base is up and running for Railgun. This is an insane game, ladies and gentlemen. 65 to 71 Harvesters. For all the harassment that Eobard managed to do, I don't think it was quite enough to cripple Railgun. Railgun still has the ability to max out an army. He still has the supply. He still has the income. He's looking pretty good. So the Terran players mined out here, basically. Mined out here, not looking too good here either. So basically 2 mining bases versus 1 kind of mining, 2.5 mining bases. I guess they're pretty even when it comes to income if we look right now. So 1,500 for the Zerg, 1,000 or so for the Terran player, but more gas. Look at that, 900 gas for the Terran. That is pretty fantastic. What is going on over here? More Hellions, more Blue Flame roasting up all of the drones on Earth. They don't even bother trying to run. 73 drones have died in this game so far. Trying to block off with the Swarm Host, not quite able to do it. The Hellion count is slowly being whittled down, but they are still alive. Swooping on into the natural here. Can anything kill them? No, they decide to actually run over to this other expansion. Oh, roasting 3 drones immediately, getting more and more. This is probably the most effective Hellion harassment I have ever seen on my channel. Oh, more Blue Flame comes from behind the mineral line. Drone 102. 102 drones have died in this game. That is more than most Zergs will make in an entire game. An entire, like, 35-minute game. That's more drones than a Zerg player wants to make. So what are we going to do, Railgun? Income level is in the tank. We are down to 300 minerals here. I'm going to have to make a stand. Just go for it. Bit of a coughing fit there. Sorry, apologize for that. And here we come. Swarm Hosts again being pretty effective at this location, trying to snipe down that command center before they expire. It's going to be very, very close. Can they get it? Yes. They get the planetary fortress, and then they expire. The workers are forced to retreat and head somewhere else. So the Swarm Hosts managed to do something for themselves, which is nice. No more mining here. Rebuilding the command center. Mining here looking pretty darn good. Mining here as well. Taking another base. Is Railgun is he getting that worker count back up? He's really not. He's not remaking those workers. I guess he lost this base. When did that happen? Maybe it was a push in with battle cruisers, but losing this base entirely. The southern base is the new base for Railgun, and this one as well. Oversaturated, but that's okay. We need gas, or we need minerals so bad. Gas can probably wait at this point. Getting, yep, that missile attack upgrade, getting more Corruptors to deal with the battle cruisers. Is this Terran player going to go battle cruiser and actually win? That is the question I ask myself every day, or I guess every, like, 5 minutes in this game. Either way, checking out this bottom left base, not finding much of anything, and here comes a giant Viking count. We need that Parasitic Bomb, and we need it now. Where are those Vipers? There we go. Going to try to get it gathering up. The Hydras are here. They're pretty good as well. Splitting up the Vikings very intelligently is Eobard right now. Are we going to throw down the Parasitic Bomb? Yes, we do. No, those are just Corruptor hits. Never mind. Saw some green. I got excited. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, everything else looking pretty good right now. We're just kind of dancing back and forth, doing the mating ritual that is so common in StarCraft 2. And here we come. And those... No, Parasitic Bomb on top of all of these battle cruisers. The Hydras come in as well, try to snipe down everything. Can the battle cruiser survive? No, they warp out of there. They use the warp ability to escape to the north base. That battle cruiser does end up dead. The swarm hosts, the Locusts, deal with that tank, and wow, tactical jump actually used in a battle critical situation, ladies and gentlemen. Railgan has done it. Thank you so much for showing us that ability, Railgan. Oh, wow. Alright, so what are we down to right now? It's 142 to 162 supply. Eobard has a total of 6 battle cruisers, 2 Vikings, a Thor, 2 Hellions, and 4 tanks. So here we come, going for the final push. Railgun trying to make this happen. Thor's dying left and right to these Locusts. Parasitic Bomb being used on the battle cruisers. The Hellions trying to clean up what is left of them on the ground. Corruptors taking out everything at the same time, and that is it! EobardThawne has defeated. Railgun's victorious, and Eobard has left the game. Wow! Holy smokes, that was an incredible game, ladies and gentlemen. Again, units lost tab. Railgun lost 102 drones in that game. Managed to come back and win it. I guess this may just be testament to how not great battle cruisers are, really. Eobard tried to make it happen. In the end, he lost 7 of them. He did lose 44 Hellions, but I think that's probably a fair trade considering how many drones they killed. 13 Thors is a lot of Thors to kill as well. But wow, what an intense StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void game. Thank you so much again, Railgun, for sending that in. I really do appreciate it. So, this has been FalconPaladin with yet another Daily Blizzard upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can catch daily Legacy of the Void casts right here on my channel. You can also find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you for watching, and you take care of yourself.